guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine Aljong and I'm a part-time reseller in applications such as Mercari, Vinted, and Poshmark, of course. And today's video is special. I don't think I've really shared with you the performance of my stores in Mercari, Poshmark, and Vinted in terms of selling, what sells well, how many items I've sold. So in today's video, I kind of want to share with you all the data because I'm reconciling the data that I have in the month of January, and also I've kind of learned how to use a little bit of prediction tool, and based on last year's prediction and last month's performance, I want to share with you a little bit stats about my selling journey. So let's get started. Don't mind if I'm gonna kind of read from my book because I don't remember all the numbers that I've kind of noted here, but I'm going to share with you in details in different categories some of the performance indicator that I thought might be helpful for you. So the first performance that I want to share is the numbers of items sold. So I don't sell items in expensive prices, so if you see a lot of numbers, it doesn't mean that I make like a ton of money. It's because I send offer on a lot of my items, and also I sell my items in a relatively lower price. So let's get started. The items sold in Poshmark this past month of January is 215 items, and that's not the number of orders, so it can be bundled as well. The number I sold in Mercari is 36, and I do see a bump or tick in Mercari, I think this past 2 months, December and January. So if you have not hopped on already to the application, I suggest you to, because I feel like there is already kind of a market growing over there. And last but not least, I feel like my Vinted closet is also kind of growing this year or this month. I've seen 25 items being sold just this past month, so almost daily sales, or sometimes I get more than one sales in a day. So if you have not looked into Vinted as well, I would suggest you take a look at it and see if it's a right fit for you. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the time to sell. Not all of my items get sold in 24 hours. Not all of them got sold after I listed for a year. So based on my sales in January, just items that I sold, I've seen a few items that got sold in 0 days, and also a few items that got sold since I listed it 194 days ago, which is like way long last year. So I just want to share with you some of the items that I sold within 0 days. Let me pull up my notes. First is this Anthrodelita Neo Crossback Peplum top, and I remember this, it wasn't selling in the past couple months, and I just dropped the price way too much, and I just ended up decided to just relist it. So after I relisted it, looks like I actually set it in 0 days. So if you have not already and you see that some items are stale in your closet, I would suggest you to relist your item and maybe update some of the language or the description, or simply maybe fix the picture, and you can probably sell yours in, right now. The next item that I sold in 0 days is this new with tag J. Crew lilac sweater. I know it's really beautiful, and I'm really glad and lucky that I was able to get it new with tag. And I remember the moment I sold it, I haven't even taken the product pictures, I don't believe, and it got sold right away in a good price. So if you have seen J. Crew in like, beautiful color, pretty classic, new with tag, I would definitely suggest to pick it up. The next item, I think I might have sourced it together with the lilac one, but navy blue fringe sweater. Again, like my closet has a lot of items with characteristic, and this is one of them. And because this is cohesive with my closet, it sells pretty quickly. So yeah, another J. Crew apparently. This one is out of nowhere, but I can understand why people like it. Besides having like, Instagram-y kind of closet, I know that my closet is pretty minimalist as well, and this Harlow and Graham blazer definitely fits the closet. So not a very popular brand, but again, it sells in 0 day. I also was lucky to find this Free People bodysuit. It's a lot of color, it's very pop out there, Instagrammable, and definitely sold in a good price in 0 days as well. Another item I sold in 0 days is this Anthropologie Florite white and gold tunic, and I know this is really beautiful, and based on my experience, Anthropologie Florite is actually pretty good brand for Anthropologie. So if you see it in your thrift store, definitely pick those up. Last but not least, I also sell this Ecote Rhapsody Cami, and I bought a bunch of them from Urban Outfitters outlet, and apparently one of this is sold within 0 days. And I remember this, I think I might have relisted this one. So it's not a super popular brand from Urban Outfitters, but it's something kind of boho and different that people are looking for. So if you think you find something like that and it matches your closet, I definitely suggest you to pick it up. Now, I also want to share with you the item that just takes forever to get out of my closet, and that's that 194 days item that finally just got out of my closet. And this is actually Zara New With Tag t-shirt, and I understand why it take a while. Definitely it does have a characteristic, but it's just way too basic and I don't see much special thing happening with this t-shirt. So this one finally sold with an okay price, and I'm glad that I was able to get it out of my closet. But if you see Zara but there's nothing so special about it, I'm not gonna pick it up. If you see Zara that's kind of like out there, like this top or this dress, then definitely pick those up. But I want to share with you next the category that's popular in my closet, and I don't know if this is just across Poshmark, but this is just based on my closet, my experience in the month of January. So the most popular category in my closet is definitely tops, and drilling down to this, it's definitely tunic. And based on my prediction tool, definitely I should do more of tunic and not a lot of crop tops or basic tee. So I can see that reason why a lot of basic tee don't really have characteristic, and a lot of my tunic typically have more embellishments or embroidery, and that's what makes my closet top category pop out. And top is definitely just way out there compared to the other categories that I'm gonna talk about, with 43% of my items sold in the month of January being tops. Second most or highest category item in my January sales is sweater. And I understand why. It's pretty cold here in the US in the month of January, so a lot of people are buying sweaters, and it's pretty poppin'. It's 19% of my sales in January are sweaters. I found a lot of really cute tassel sweater in the month of, November and December, so it got sold out in the month of January. And I feel like if you think that you find cute sweaters, I would definitely pick those up. I am actually picking up sweater myself because I think that the warmer season is coming up. So yeah, sweater is a good thing on the month of January, but I'm kind of just slowing down on thrifting sweater for the month of February right now. Third category that's popping in my closet is dresses, and I love dresses because it's just kind of so me. I know that I picked up less dresses this past month because I couldn't just find a lot of nice summer dresses. So I know that a lot of the dresses that I sold this past month are just dresses that came from, I don't know, maybe summer or fall season. But I'm glad that I was able to sell it. If you find any dress that's cute, definitely pick those up. And I think I'm just gonna amp the game of picking up dress in thrift store right now because it's gonna be spring break and summer soon. So definitely tops, number one, sweater, and dresses are the top 3 things that's kind of selling in my closet in the month of January. I think I'm gonna focus on number 1 and number 3 on the next upcoming months. I'm gonna mention something though. Even though I do tell you that the most popular categories are tops, sweaters, and dresses, after I look at the 1-year performance of my store, when I look at my prediction tool, it says that I actually should be kind of focusing more on shoes, particularly sneakers. And I know that this past years I've been kind of, thrifted or sourced a lot of shoes, but unfortunately I haven't really seen good shoes these days. But if I look at shoes, I'm gonna definitely follow the tool and look at sneakers. And apparently it does say that my heels items are actually not really a good, well, it does sell. The problem is it's not providing me with a lot of earnings or return. So as much as I love heels, I think I'm just gonna kind of slow down on thrifting heels and focus more on sneakers because it gives me the most return. Now moving on, you guys are probably curious about this one, but this one is the most popular brands in my store, and you all can already probably guess. Number 1 most popular brand in my store is Anthropologie, and I found, luckily, a lot of Anthropologie in the thrift stores that I go to. That's why I'm also selling a lot of Anthropologie. But guys, honestly, after selling all kinds of brand, I just feel like Anthropologie is one of the brand that's easiest to sell because I feel like a lot of people are collecting their items. And Anthropologie is on the 29% rate of the items that I sold in January, so pretty high. And I'm not gonna kind of be biased. Of course, there's a lot of brands under the Anthropologie umbrella, so it's not to say that, you know, the moment you buy Anthropologie is gonna sell. Yeah, I think I might have sell a lot of Anthropologie because I found a lot of them and there's a lot of demand on it, so it's not just because I found an Anthropologie. Of course, I'm also being more careful in thrifting Anthropologie. I've learned the lesson. I pick up basic Anthros and it's just sitting there. So right now I'm only picking up Anthropologie that just have characteristic, and I know the brands like Floride, Dolan, Sparrow, the brands that actually sells well, not some like Sea Kier or something that's not, it's basically just sitting in my closet. So pay attention to the brand of Anthropologie, even though you know that Anthropologie sells well. Now, the second item or brand that's popular in my closet is Zara. And I know Zara was popping in my closet in the beginning of like last year, but I do start seeing just unique Zaras here and there and some from my closet as well. So I kind of was able to sell 5% of my sales last January from Zara brand. Third brand that's most popular is J. Crew. And guys, I used to kind of hate J. Crew because I thought it's pretty streamlined, but J. Crew is actually pretty cute. And I was able to find a lot of cute J. Crew pieces, I think, even the basic silky ones. And I was able to make J. Crew the top 3 brands that sells in January 2019. Next 2 brands is the sister company of Anthropologie, and those are Free People and Urban Outfitters. So those are the 2 other categories that's popular. Free People, I think most of them are thrifted, and I got most of the Urban Outfitters from the outlets. So this past January, I believe I've been kind of going to the outlet and sourcing those. That's why Urban Outfitters make it to the top 5. But so the top 5 brands is really Anthropologie, Zara, J. Crew, Free People, and Urban Outfitters. Now, I don't know if this matters much. I want to share with you the most popular sizes in my closet, and those are small, which makes up 26% of my sales last month, medium, which is 25% of my sales last month, and large, which is 11% of my sales last month. And this can be biased because most of my store items are actually a size small, but that might mean that the medium is actually doing pretty well because I don't find a lot of medium, and the percentage apparently is pretty similar to small. So whenever I source, I should focus myself on sourcing small, medium, and maybe large. And I might have mentioned this, but I want to share with you the statistic of how much of my sale last month is an offer order, which is based on someone offering me or I'm offering them through offer to likers or bundle orders. But basically 85% of my sales last month is based on an offer. So if you're just sitting down in your closet not doing anything, you're definitely missing out. You should be sending offer to your likers or offer to your potential buyers if they're actually putting stuff on the bundle and not sitting down on them. In order to make your sales goes up, don't forget to send an offer or accept an offer. Alright, I talk about the brands that I sold the most in terms of number of items, but now I'm gonna share with you the items with the most profit that I got. So the number 1 brand I don't sell a lot that apparently make the most earning for me is Theory. I've only sourced Theory once, so I definitely know what to look for. It's either because of the brand Theory or because the Theory was a cashmere material. So if I'm looking for more Theory items, I know where to look for. It was a basic item, I understand, but it was cashmere and Theory, so I'm gonna focus on that next time. The next item that I also make a lot of money on is Paige. And I know I got a lot of good jeans deals, and I've been really wary about hopping into the jeans game because I'm not a jeans person, but apparently I do make a pretty good money on Paige jeans. So if you're looking at Paige jeans, I typically look at the skinny ones or boot cut. Definitely pick those up if it's a good price. Next 3 items or a brand that provide me with the most earnings, I'm just gonna mention it. It's Boohoo, which is carried by, I think, ASOS, and American Eagle Outfitters. I typically pick those up based on styles. And the third one is Cabby. I just pick those up if the Cabby tag is the latest tag. And I do find quite a lot of them. Typically they're not cheap, but again, style item with a good style can be sold for more for more dollars compared to basic items. And the next statistics that I want to share with you is the number of return customers. I thought that my closet might not have a lot of return customers, but I did not realize that this one person has been shopping in my closet 8 times in the month of January. So the number of return customers is varied from 1 time only to 8 times the max customers I shop with me in a 1 month. So that's definitely amazing. You want your customer return back to your closet because that means that you're doing well, they like your style, and you just crack the egg. So definitely a good statistic for the beginning of the year. Now, I've been focusing my stats on Poshmark. I just want to share you a little bit of insights about Mercari and Vinted just to get a hang of like what type of items and customers are hanging around these platforms. So in terms of Mercari's, the highest earning items that I sold in the month of January is from the brand Lulu's, and this is a maxi dress new with tag. And I know that Lulu's maxi dresses are so cute, and I think this one is so cute as well, and I definitely did